Good morning everybody, Christopher from Getting Into Prepping. Earlier this year I released a video or published a video on what I'm preparing for the year 2024. In this video I just want to give you a little bit of an update of what is happening currently. In that video I referred to a couple of things that I think that we need to prepare for. First of all was the electricity crisis, or the grid down scenario that might be an option or a viable threat. Eskom has currently announced that, or an expert actually announced that there's a strong possibility that we can go up to a stage 6 power cuts in the coming winter. That also brings us to the current water crisis that I've also just discussed on another video. And then even one of the other things that I mentioned in that video is the political situation, or the elections that's coming up. Now this video is basically on that elections and the threat of what the elections is posing to us. I listened to a news article this morning, whereas the MK party, or the Nkonto party, the Spear of the Nation party, if you want to call it like that, is actually being prevented from being on the voter list at this, or the voting ballot at this stage. This is due to the fact that the ANC is appealing against the registration of the party, and because they are appealing against the registration of the party will not be on the voters list as yet. So that causes a problem. Now my first question is why are the ANC so scared of the MK that they have to resort to the courts to try and prevent them from being on the voters list? That's my first question, but that's a question for another day. The second thing that is clear to me, or that was mentioned a few days back, I was listening to an interview with one of the guys from the MK party, and the youth leader actually said that if the MK is prevented from being on the voters ballot, there will be no election. Now, so we're currently in a bit of a catch-22 situation where the ANC is trying to prevent them from being on the voters list or the voters ballot, and in the same vein the MK has stated that they will make elections go away or not take place if they are not on the ballot. So it's a very tricky situation that we currently facing. From my point of view, it doesn't really matter which way it goes. It seems that there is a potential threat that's on the horizon. Exactly what that threat is, I cannot determine at this stage, but I don't want to be a doom prophet or a predictor of bad things, but violence is probably going to happen and take place, and we as preppers have to be ready for that violence. So I think that just by looking at this, it's a good idea to ensure that you've got a plan for the coming election and the things that might be happening during that election, especially the violence. If there's any violence, I don't know whether it's going to be widespread. I don't know. I can't predict these things. I'm not an expert. I'm just looking at the possibility of a problem that's coming our way, and we have to be ready for that. My suggestion or my planning will include a bug out plan to get out of the immediate situation if there is a threat that will risk my security or put my security at risk. So I will definitely have a bug out plan available or in place. I will also have a bug in plan in place to stay where I can for as long as I can until I can no longer stay there. And then you have to look at these things. Like I said, I don't want to be a doom prophet. I don't want to predict things, but just be aware of this situation where the MK said they will make the election impossible if they are not on the ballot. and make yourself aware of the fact that the ANC are trying to prevent them from being on the ballot. So yeah, it is a very difficult situation that we are facing, and there is a definite possibility of violence coming up during the election. So yeah, just take that into consideration, make that part of your planning and your way of thinking and your preparations. Rather be prepared and not have to use that plan than have no plan and you have to suddenly you have to execute this plan that you don't have. So yeah, I think that's about the basic gist of what I wanted to say. Be prepared for violence that might be coming. I'm not saying it's going to be there, but it's rather, like I said, be prepared and not use it as a benefit than having to use or having a plan that you need and you don't have that plan. So get your planning in place, get your preparations in place. Think of how it's going to influence you if there is any violence or anything like that. Just think about this and make it part of your planning and preparations. With that being said, thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for watching. I hope that you got some value out of this video. With that being said, keep on prepping and see you in the next video.